Good morning, children. Today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter number 8, How do organisms reproduce. For that, first of all, we should know the meaning of this term reproduction. See, children, this word is made up of two words, re plus production means produce. To produce, re means again. So to produce again, that is reproduction. So in living organism, we can define reproduction as to produce the same kind. Living organism reproduce to produce their same kind or their own kind. Like a monkey reproduce to form a baby monkey, cat reproduce to form a cat, dog to form a dog, humans reproduce to form human baby. Okay, so every living organism reproduce to make its own kind. Now, what is the necessity for this? What is the need of this process? You have learnt about some life processes like nutrition, digestion, and respiration, transportation, excretion, and these all were vital processes, means these all were very necessary processes for a living organism. But this is not so much important. Without this also an organism can be alive. Then what is the need of this process? Okay, so yes, it is true that without reproduction also an individual organism can be alive, but the whole population of that particular species can't be alive without reproduction. So reproduction is necessary to maintain a particular species, or to maintain the population of a particular species. Just assume if there was only one human on earth and it would not reproduce, then would we be here? No, because this is the process of reproduction by which a single human being or the initial human beings reproduced and they formed their own kinds and they increase the number of population of their species. Okay, so reproduction is necessary to maintain a particular species. Okay, now as we say that it is a process to produce the same kind or to produce the own kind. Okay, so is it that the newborn babies are the same copies of their parents, are the same carbon copy or clones of their parents? No, we are similar to our parents. Okay, means the basic body structure is similar to the parents, but we are not the exact copies of the parents. Okay, so firstly, question arises is how do organisms produce their own copies, or are these copies exactly same? So firstly, these copies may be same or may not be same. It depends on the mode of reproduction. This and the basic of this process you have already learned, that asexual and sexual modes of reproduction. In asexual mode of reproduction, the parent can produce his own copy, and or you can say can produce the clone of its or the carbon copy of its. But in sexual reproduction, the organism will produce its own kind. It will be similar to the parent, but it will not be the carbon copy or it will not be the clone of the parent. Now, how do these organisms produce the copies? In 9th class, you have learnt about cell division. These were of two types, mitosis and meiosis. Then you learn that mitosis is used for growth, repair, and development of the body, and meiosis is used for reproduction. Okay, so here this meiosis plays a very important role in this process, in the process of reproduction, or you can say in the process of cell division, because when cells divide to form their copies, then only the organism can form its copy. Okay, so for reproduction, cells have to be divided, and more precisely we can say the cells have to be divided by meiosis. Okay, now what happens here when a cell divide, how does it produce its copy? See, this is a cell, this is the nucleus of this cell, and some organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, vacuoles, etc. These are present here in this cell. And inside this nucleus, a thin fiber-like structure is there. This is known as chromosome. This chromosome has a very important role in the production of the copies or in division of the cell, or you can say in reproduction. Children, you know chromosomes are the coil parts. Okay, on these chromosomes DNA occurs. DNA are and the molecules. Okay, full form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. So these are deoxyribonucleic acid molecules which have all the information of an organism. Okay, now these DNAs have some coded informations. Okay, these have some coded information. These coded informations plays a role in the formation of proteins. So these DNAs are responsible for the formation of some proteins which are further responsible for the production of characters different characters in the new body. So basically, for the process of reproduction, the cell have to be divided, or you can say this DNA have to be divided, have to be copied, so that the proteins may be produced in the new cell also, and then these proteins may produce different or new characters in the baby. If the DNA at the time of cell division produces the same copy, the exact copy, then the organism would be the same exact carbon copy of the parent. Or if there are some variations at the time of division or at the time of copying of DNA, the organism would be with a little difference from the parent. Okay, now what happens here, just assume this was the cell. I'm not drawing the organelles here. This is the nucleus and these are two DNAs. Okay, these DNAs have produced their copies 1 and 1. Okay, after division, one copies will be divided into two cells. This nucleus, from this one copy is here and one is in this, and from this pair also one copy is here and one is here. Now this is not so. Only this much process is not complete or is not sufficient for the production of new cell. Along with this, these cellular apparatus or these cell organelles have to be doubled. These cell organelles also have to be doubled in number, so that one part may be divided in the two daughter cells. Like the mitochondria, it will also get copied, it will also get double. Then one mitochondria will go in this cell and another will go in this cell, and same will happen to all the organelles. After that, two cells will be produced. Okay, and these two cells will then lead to production of two new individuals. Okay, now let us have a small talk about the variations. We will not go in the deep of these variations. How do variations occurs? How or why we are not the exact copies of our parents. We are just similar to our parents, means the basic body design of us is similar to our parents, but we are not the exact copies. Why this is so? This is only because of the DNA. At the time of copying of DNA, I'm just drawing two DNAs. DNA is a coil. Okay, so just assume this is a segment of DNA. At the time of copying, if this DNA produce the exact copy, then the new offspring will not have any variation, no variation. But if this DNA at the time of copying, if the copy is not exact or not complete, or you can say it is not similar to the DNA, it may have some variations at the time of copying. Okay, like then the new individual will have a little variations, or you can say in this case the DNA is the exact copy of the parent DNA, so it will code for the same proteins as were coded by the parent DNA, so the new offspring will also have the same characters. But in this case the new DNA is having little different segments, little different codings, so it will produce some new proteins also, some different proteins also, and these new or different proteins will code for some different characters. That's why in higher organisms like us human beings, during sexual reproduction, DNA copying is not accurate, or you can say at the time of DNA copying, some variations are there, and because of these variations, some new proteins are formed which are different from the parents, and because of these new proteins, some different characters are developed in the baby. Okay, so this is why some variations are there in the newborn babies. Now another question is, are these variations useful or not? Useful or not? Firstly, at the very basic term, if we discuss, variations are useful, and because of these variations we are able to identify each other, each other or we are able to identify the siblings are brothers or sisters from the same parents. Okay, if we were not having any variations, then all the siblings would be similar to the parents, would be similar to each other, and we could not identify among them. But due to these variations, there are little variations in the siblings also, from each other and from the parents, and because of these variations we are able to identify the siblings. Okay, secondly, variations are also important. Variations are also important for the existence in diverse conditions. Let us take an example. Mosquitoes. During these days there are various mosquitoes, there is a lot of mosquitoes around us. Okay, so there are various mosquito killers we have, like Odomos or any other mosquito repellents and mosquito killers. Still we are not able to completely kill the mosquitoes. Why? Because of the variations. The reproduction rate of mosquitoes are very fast. Just assume initially there was a species A, mosquito species mosquito were there. Okay, we have produced a mosquito repellent against this species A. Okay, means the mosquito repellent which we are having work against this species A of mosquito. Now at the time of reproduction, there would be some variations, and this mosquito may produce two different species, like A dash or A dash dash. These are two different species from the parent. These are not exact copies of the parent. Why? Because of the variations or because of the changes at the time of DNA copying. Now, this mosquito repellent will work against this species, but it will not work against these two species. Why? Because these are different. These will not be affected by this initial mosquito repellent. Okay, so same thing happens. Just assume um, a variety of lion is there, or a variety of bacteria. The simple example, bacteria, a variety of bacteria is there. These bacteria can withstand a high temperature, means they can live in a high temperature also. Okay, now what happens here, that that okay, leave this example also. I will take a simple example. It will be a very difficult example for you. You can say some small beetles are there, beetles which feed on the plants. Okay, we have a variety of beetles which feed on green plants, and because of this, these beetles are also green color, just because of adaptation, camouflage, you know. Okay, these beetles feed on green plants, and this, because of this, the beetles are also in green color, so that the predators or could not identify these beetles. Now, due to some circumstances, due to a volcanic eruption or any flood, these green plants have been destroyed. Now, all these green beetles would not survive because they are dependent on green plants. But if at the time of reproduction some beetles produce which are not dependent on green plants, they can feed on some other parts or particles also, some other food substance also. Then what will happen, the green beetles which feed on only the green plants will not survive, but the other varieties, the variants which can feed on some other food substances also will survive. Okay, because they are variants, they are different, so these variations can create some useful changes also, which can be suitable, which can be beneficial for the survival of a species. Otherwise, if there were not any kind of variations, only the green beetles would be there, then the whole population, whole species of beetles would die when the green plants are not. But because of these variations, some of the beetles which can feed on other food substances also will remain alive, and they will again increase their population. Okay, so we can say that this reproduction process or these variations are also important for the existence of a species in diverse conditions. Okay, now you have learnt about two modes of reproduction. First is modes of reproduction. First is sexual mode of reproduction. Reproduction, and asexual reproduction. The differences are, in asexual reproduction only one parent is involved. In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. Two parents means one male and female. Now, in asexual reproduction, as there is only one parent, so the parent cell will divide and will form the exact copies. Okay, and because of this, the new organism would be the carbon copy of the parent, or would be the exactly same to the parent. Okay, so, or we can say would be the clone of the parent. So the new offspring would be the carbon copy or clone of the parent. But in sexual reproduction, Before the division of the cell, the male and female cell reunites, okay, and they form a single cell which is having the DNAs of male as well as of female. Okay, so at this time the DNAs of male and female intercross with each other, and some of the segments are exchanged in between them, and the new cells are having some part of male and some part of female. When these cells will divide, they will form new cells which will be having half properties or some properties of male parent and some of female parent. So we can say they will be different from their parents. They will have the properties of both of the parents. They will not be similar to any of the parent. Okay, so the offsprings would not be the same copies of the parent. They will have some variations in offsprings. Okay, so this is the basic difference between sexual and asexual mode of reproduction. In next class we will go deep in this part, asexual mode of reproduction. Thank you children for today.